Hello, my good people, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to episode 6. It's me, Teheli, and it is time for Thought for Tuesday. So, we've made it to week 6, and I'm very grateful that you've taken the time to get involved in this whole journey with me about life and perception, etc., well being, health, and fitness. Um, Someone once asked me recently, you're a personal trainer, you're into health coaching, you teach yoga and Pilates, so how does Thought for Tuesday really fit into everything? And I explained to them that it's all part of being fit. A lot of times when we look at fitness, we're looking at physical fitness, but now more so than ever, especially in these uncertain times, it is your mental fitness as well as your spiritual fitness that is actually more more beneficial. That it's not that your physical fitness is not beneficial, it is, but your mental endurance, your mental fitness to get you through these challenging times is very important, as well as your spiritual fitness, staying positive, being hopeful, creating light, radiating love and joy. So that's just a little side stop on me sharing why Thought for Tuesday. Thought for Tuesday is to evolve our minds. And as on the topic of evolution, I want to bring up my thought for Tuesday today: adaptation to change. So I want to mention Charles Robert Darwin. When he encountered the Galapagos, he observed how from island onto island, and there were lots of similarities in terms of the species, but they each adapted to their environment on the different islands. And he made a statement which he's known. I mean, he's gone, long gone, but his legacy is, and one of his legacy quotes is this one: "It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor is it the most intelligent of the species that survives. It is those that adapt best to change." So I might have screwed up the quotation just a little bit, but the bottom line is adaptation to change. And how does this fit into Thought for Tuesday? It fits into Thought for Tuesday because right now we are in that process. Yesterday, we were advised that restaurants were going to close down for some time, and immediately, once again, there was panic because people are thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm not going to get all these certain things." I mean, me too. I had the same feelings. I'm not immune to it. But the thing about it is that when we first discovered our first case of a COVID infected person in this country, immediately I started adapting. I changed. I didn't wait for someone to tell me you need to start social distancing. I started doing it. I didn't wait for someone to tell me you need to be more mindful in terms of hygiene, and be more mindful of the older people in your community, or maybe keep to yourself. Nobody had to tell me to self-quarantine. I did that. I adapted fast because I had seen what the effects of the pandemic were, the world was experiencing, and I knew to myself that the best possible thing that I could do is adapt. And I started making changes in my own daily life. I wasn't socializing much before, but I slowed it down even more. And what I also did is my diet. So my diet, I started training myself to eat less for a number of reasons. One, I'm spending more time at home. So this is where the physical fitness aspect comes in, and I'll be a personal trainer here with you. So one of the reasons why we would require more fuel is if we're burning more energy. Think back to the days of the times of the cavemen. Cavemen ate more meat, and they hunted. They hunted for days sometimes to get food. So they ate in bulk. They ate a lot of meat and stuff because they needed it, because they were on the move constantly. We're in a different time. We move a lot less, and we don't need to eat as much as probably a caveman did, because we're doing much less. Think back to now, or come forward to now. Here we are, that we're spending more time at home, and sometimes a lot of us eat out of boredom. But the thing about it is that we don't have to eat as much anymore, because we're not expending as much energy as before, and we're spending more time at home. So most importantly, now that we have had this lockdown on the restaurants, and even we have to be prepared that there are certain things we are not going to be able to have in our groceries or our pharmacies that we're used to. And the key to getting through this and maintaining your mental sanity as well as keeping your spirits up is to adjust, adapt to change as fast as possible. Because we can't expect that we're going to always get what we're used to. We've been very privileged in that we have not had major significant changes, but now we're going in through a phase where we are, and we're still very blessed. So for me, it's not a bad thing. I look at this adaptation to change of my ability to evolve and to be limitless in my thinking and to continue to grow in that way. And I want to encourage you to do the same. So maybe tomorrow when you go to the grocery or you go to the pharmacy and you don't get that particular brand of milk that you like, or they don't have the vitamins that you want, you usually like anymore, and they probably have something else, adapt. Well, if I can't get vitamin C, well, what are my natural sources of vitamin C that I can get? If I can't get that iron supplement that I love, so what are other sources of iron that I can include in my diet? If I can't go out anymore, how can I stay in and still have that same feeling as if I went out? For instance, on Friday night, for the first time, I had a virtual line with a few friends. It was fantastic, and actually, I felt like if I had actually went out with them, we stayed up late, we lined late, and the thing about it is that I had just the same amount of feelings as if we had been out, but we weren't in the same space. But we are energetic beings, so our energies created that connection. I'm going to end on this note, guys. We have a lot of changes going on. They might seem scary, they're certainly uncertain, but keep pressing forward. Stay focused, stay positive. Your greatest asset right now to you and the people around you is your ability to adapt to change. Listen to the very wise words of Charles Robert Darwin. It is not the strongest of the species that survive. It is not the most intelligent of the species that survive. It is the one that adapts to change. Adapt to change as fast as possible. Adaptation is a major asset in your life right now and in general. So that's my thought for Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening to me. This is Teheli. I hope you got some inspiration from that. And get inspired. Join the evolution of limitless thinking. And this is what it's about. So join me next week. And if you'd like to learn more about me, feel free to visit my Instagram or my work page on Facebook, Teheli Seely _get inspired. Learn more about me and what I can do and how I can help you. Let's make a big difference in the world, guys. Let's start with positive thinking and adapting to change. Love to you all. Take care. Namaste.